Guys, John here coming at you with the tip of the day from Today or today's tip of the day. I'm still going to come with. Let me know, by the way, in the comments, which way do you like it better, today's tip of the day or tip of the day was today? Anyway, or if you got something better, offer that as well. I know it's corny. Let's move on from it. Anyway, here's the question that someone asked me. How important is it to celebrate wins, or is it important to celebrate wins? I find the question itself kind of interesting. It's almost that whole, whoop with the stick, dangle the carrot. Dangle the carrot for most people will work better than whipping with the stick. I like to say whip with a carrot. Something I've said in the past, whip with a carrot. Motivate them through gain, not motivate them through fear. It is a motivator. Fear can motivate people. However, I think when you're in a really busy time, busy because maybe business has been challenging, you've had a lot of fires to put out, you've had a lot of change, organizational change, procedural change, product change. Does that sound familiar in the last couple of years? Maybe it's happened to you. Maybe your business has had to go through a lot of change in the last year. And in that change, the stress levels go up because no one generally likes change. You don't, they don't, your team doesn't, clients don't like it, supply chain, all the other things. You had new vendors, new pricing. You know what I mean? You're getting where I go with this. So along the way, we can get so busy fixing, so busy trying to get ahead and working toward that next milestone that we forget to look back at how far we've come. We don't celebrate the little wins along the way. So what happens is no matter how well you go, how far you go, if you're not focusing and celebrating the wins along the way, it all becomes really heavy and it's just work all the time. Now, I will admit, personally, this is an area that I really struggled with in my 20s, got better at it in my 30s, still getting better at it in my 40s on my personal basis. As a leader, sometimes my own counselors and my own mentors that help me say, they have to help me recognize how far I have come when I feel I should be this much further. It's one of the oxymorons of being a high-driven, high-capacity person. You always see where you could be, and it's hard to celebrate where you are and where you've been. I will tell you, though, your team, your customers, your clients, they need you to have that balance. You need to celebrate the little wins. I'll give you an example. For years, I taught thousands of people how to live a financially healthy lifestyle. I would teach them financial management tips, and I used to teach companies on this. And one of the things many people were in and are coming into again is debt. And the debt piles up unless you have multiple, you've got multiple debts, credit cards, auto loans, blah, blah, blah. And ever heard about the debt snowball, paying these things down as you pay off one debt, roll it to the next debt, and then take that payment, roll it to the next payment. Over time, you plot it out. You can have all those debts paid off, assuming, of course, you don't add more debt. Over time, you have it paid off. Now, the way people stay committed to that is the thing I would say is when you pay something off, celebrate it. Now, that doesn't mean you take, hey, I just paid off a $500 credit card balance. Let's go on a Cancun trip. You laugh. I've seen people do that, and they try to make it back. You said I should celebrate when I paid off the $500 credit card, and I said, yeah, but it didn't mean to go spend another $2,000 in debt. I mean, I kid you not, that actually happened. So same thing with your business. As if you're implementing a new policy, new change, and especially if you're delegating this and you're learning to delegate better as a leader, as a CEO versus an operator, you're delegating this to someone else. And that's really hard to let go. You have to make sure you call out what they're doing well. When a new program gets implemented, it may not be perfect, but it's implemented and you didn't totally have to do it. Celebrate that. Give public praise of that person that led that effort. It's going to make a huge difference for you as a leader and for you and the team to grow in the long run. So absolutely celebrate the wins, little wins, big wins. Sometimes the little wins are the ones that keep people around. If you can celebrate somebody doing a great job, going above and beyond on some certain way, it doesn't always have to be public, by the way. That is good if you can do, corporately and publicly to the team so they know you do that. And as long as it's consistent and genuine and authentic. Sometimes it can be private. Sometimes it can just be, hey, listen, hey, Sally, listen, here's a little bonus. What's that for? I've been noticing how hard you've been coming in. You did a great job on that project the other day, and you've just had a great attitude. I really appreciate you and appreciate what you've done. And maybe you give them a gift certificate because you've spent time learning what Sally and her husband's favorite restaurant is. And you buy a gift certificate to that restaurant. Hey, just have a night on me. And you just keep it private. You want to know what you just made there? You made Sally a loyal team member. So when Sally is good like that, she's going to be approached by other companies. She's going to be approached by other people to come work for her. But she's going to remember that $100, that $150 that you spent to think of her, to spend time with her family, which is more important. And you recognize her effort and appreciated her. So think about that. That's a little win. Find ways to catch your team doing things right. In today's world, that's rare. There's so many people talking about what people are doing wrong. Find ways to catch yourself first doing things right. You got to be good to yourself. And sometimes it'll make you feel better for yourself when you're catching other people doing things right. It makes those opportunities when you do have to correct that much easier. So hopefully that's helpful. Think about that. Evaluate your own style. Evaluate yourself. Are you rewarding yourself? Are you rewarding your team? Get into that part. And I guarantee if you do this, you will start to see a cultural shift and you will insulate your team from being poached. You'll have better customer service. Your clients will be happier. Your team will be happier. You'll be happier. You'll get things done faster. People will be more profitable. There's more opportunities. It all starts with you making sure you're catching people doing things right. That's it for today. Talk to you soon.